Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today's topic is how do men and women view you? It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I'm going to do another one of them because I do enjoy them. Plus, any reason that I can bring out my yin yang oracle cards is a good reason to do a reading. I love those cards, and I have a new deck that I'm going to be showing you today, which is the Messages from Your Angels. This is by Doreen Virtue, I believe. So the story of how it came to me is adorable and fun and not worth getting into right now because it is too long. However, I'm just grateful that they're here. I'm grateful that I have this opportunity to share them with you. First and foremost, thank you to anyone and everyone that has joined me and has supported the channel in any one way, shape, or form. I'm truly honored to have you as a part of this journey. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a reminder that this is a safe space for all humans to come and to be their most authentic selves and to shine that light, right? Reminding us that we are all human, right? We make human mistakes and we live a human life. Awesome. So if you are interested in supporting the channel further, knowing that by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it allows me to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And also, if you would like to go further than that and get a personal reading or to check out my podcast, you'll find all the links necessary down below in the description box. Knowing that there are only a finite amount of spaces available for personal readings each week, they do fill up rather fast. However, if you send me an email, I will let you know how many spaces are available, as well as further information from there. It is a first come, first serve. Okay, and the podcast is Scatter Love Radio. It is on Spotify. It's just a fun and neat hangout session with your girl, and I hope to see you there, honestly. So with that being said, let us go ahead and get into our prayer, and let's start the reading. So, awesome. Okay. My beloved sources, prayers for any and all who come onto this reading or onto this channel. Feels like frustration has been vibrating across the collective here lately. I too have felt the heaviness and the disorientation that this has brought. And so I ask that you bring clarity at this time and helping us to understand what is the trigger of frustration for us. Why are we getting upset? Why are we getting so caught up in the emotion rather than helping ourselves to come into a state of peace and calm to find a solution? Can you help guide us there, Source? Can you help gift us with not just a truth, but with an understanding of our own journey in this time? Because it does differ from day to day, moment to moment. And it does differ every time that we take a new challenge and a journey, every time that we have to face something head on. We're never quite the same. We're better because of it, but sometimes it leaves a path and a wake of destruction. So I ask that you help us pick up these pieces and help us gain clarity and strength in this time. And remind us that we can lean onto you, that we can trust that you are leading us to what is truly meant for us, even if it is frustrating, even if it is disheartening at times, that these are the moments that truly help us find and honor our deepest character and our soul light. I ask that you guide us home and that you show each and every one of us your true unconditional love. As these words are spoken unto this space and over this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to show you guys, I got a new incense holder. Check this out. Yes, I have burned incense in it already, but it holds them upside down and it collects the ash. And I thought this was so cool because I go through a lot of incense and they make a mess. And it even came with its own little scrubber. Right. I get excited about the new stuff that I have that's technically it's for y'all because, you know, that's for this channel. So I just really like that. I think that's a really cool thing that I have here. So, okay. Now we are going to draw from, of course, my Intuition Oracle deck. Find out some more here. So Source, what Oracle cards will help us better understand how men and women view my collective here, my tribe that comes on today? Actually, I need to move this down a little bit. Okay, that's much better. Whew. Thank you, Source. What Oracle cards will help us better understand how men and women view my collective? Okay. So for pile number 1, Source, what Oracle card will help us better understand how men and women view pile number 1? What Oracle card will help us better understand that? What Oracle card will help us better understand how men and women view pile number 1, Source? One card, please. I feel some resistance with you, pile 1. Like you're afraid it's not going to be good news. And we shouldn't be so concerned and focused on what others think of us, even though these are fun readings. Yeah, exactly. Even though these are fun readings, even though they are just, it's a curiosity type thing, but remembering that we have to stand firm and strong for ourselves, okay? So let's get one for pile number 2. Source, for pile number 2, what Oracle card will help us understand better how men and women see pile 2? How do men and women view pile 2? Thank you. And for pile number 3, Source, what Oracle card will help us understand better how do men and women view pile number 3? Thank you. So a collective message, the truthful with 33 coming out on the bottom. I speak my truth and expect everyone I care about to do so too. Remembering that it is okay to be honest, even if it hurts. It's okay to be honest, not with the intention of being cruel, but with the intention of being truthful. And remember too that being honest does not mean that you have to be a people pleaser either, right? So let's put those over here. All right, so I'm going to set these up. Okay, so for pile number 1, we do have this beautiful lapis lazuli to choose from. For pile number 2, we do have this beautiful piece of crystal quartz for you to choose from. And for pile number 3, we have this shard of amethyst for you to choose from. Okay. So we pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you are drawn to, that should be the pile for you. With that being said, I will see you over on your chosen. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of lapis lazuli, or if you were drawn to this image on this card, or this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on how do men and women view you. We are going to find out both. We'll check that out and find out about that card at the end of the reading. I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm actually going to use the dice to connect with your energy. So if the dice reading resonates with you, then this will be your pile. If not, then you might want to choose one of the other piles, okay? So we're just going to get a reading about you first and find out... and then we'll find out more about how men and women view you, okay? So keeping in mind these are general readings, take what resonates, leave what does not. Knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all the necessary links down below in the description box where you can email me for a private reading, knowing that there are a finite amount of spaces available each week. They do fill up rather quickly. It is first come, first serve. However, if you would like, send me an email. I will let you know how many spaces are available as well as further information. And you will also find a link down below to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where it's just honestly a fun hangout session with me. I talk about anything and everything, and I truly hope to see you there. With that being said, let's go ahead and start your reading, and let's find out more about you, Pile 1. Source, what can you tell us about Pile 1 so that they'll know that this is their pile? For those that chose Pile number 1, Source, what can you tell us about Pile number 1 so that they know that this is their pile? Okay. Awesome. We've got Taurus, 5th house, and Jupiter. Okay. Get my block. So you could be a fixed sign. You could also be a Pisces or a Sagittarius. That's very specific. So if that's not resonating with you, that is okay. That's just the first messages coming out here. If you don't know what all the fixed signs are, that's Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Yeah, you're someone who is really happy-go-lucky. Especially with this 5th house and Jupiter energy coming out together. You're someone who is like the life of the party, the joy, the spirit in the room. Like, people love to gravitate towards you because you have a good energy about you. You make them feel happy. You make them feel optimistic. You're the person that no matter how hard things are getting, you are always on a positive outlook. Like, you don't look at the negative side of things. You always see the positive side of things. It's even if it's the worst possible day in the world, like, you're always going to see things from a higher perspective. You express yourself. You're like a hopeless romantic. So you might read a lot of romance stories or just have a lot of romantic ideas. So like for your perfect partner or something like that, you may just kind of like think about those things and really be like planning it out. Like, I want to shower them with these types of gifts, and I want to say these words to them, and I want to write this poetry to them, and something just really romantic. You bring a lot of joy, and you're a very, very creative individual. Super creative. You're also someone who's very loyal, honest, dependable. You have a lot of tenacity. You're very persistent at the things that you do. You prefer stability over all else. And when it comes to your life, if there's no stability, it kind of makes you feel like things are off kilter for you, right? It's like you don't like just flitting about and doing things willy-nilly. You do things because it's necessary. Like, this is necessary for my independence. This is necessary for my stability. This is necessary for my home. You have a very strong drive, and you're someone who's super reliable. Like, you show up. If someone needs something, you're going to show up. You're the friend. You're the person that people call because they know that you're going to show up and help them. And it's something that you kind of also find joy in. It's like, even though sometimes it may get a little old, there's this energy about you where it's like, even still at the end of the day, you're still always going to show up and help because there's something about that that's within your heart and soul to do. You don't like it when people suffer. You do like beautiful things. You dress very beautifully. You're very chic, very elegant, very handsome. You like to look good when you go out. Like, you're just someone who you appreciate when someone takes a little extra step with their looks. And it's like, you're not going to judge people based on that, but it's like when someone does take that extra step, you really appreciate that because that's like beauty for you. That's something that like some form of expression, right? You may be seen as someone who is materialistic, even though I don't feel like you necessarily are. Just, you may be seen that way because of this Taurus energy is just someone who really likes the 3D realm and the things that come in the 3D realm. So you may have a lot of really nice stuff and you keep it really nice. Like, if you drive a nice ride, it would not surprise me if you were at the car wash every Friday night or every Friday afternoon washing the car and it took you like 3 hours, even though you clean it every week, right? Like it's still going to take you 3 hours because you want it to shine. You want it to look good. You're going to shine the wheels, that type of energy, right? Like, so it doesn't have to be a car necessarily, but it's literally like the things that you have, you just want them to look good. Like you have shoes, right? And maybe you have a white pair of shoes, and anytime they get a scuff on them, like you actually take the time to go and shine your shoes. Like you'll take the time to, iron your clothes, right? That's something that you truly enjoy. You're a very abundant person. You are very understanding. You have a lot of expansion that's happening in your life all the time. Things are changing. Even though you don't necessarily like change, right? Taurus energy is very resistant to change, but you are someone who very much appreciates that growth that you're experiencing. You're good with that. Like, I want to experience that growth. I want to experience that that newness, right? You're very honorable. You have high morality, you're very moral. Sorry. You have a good humor, you're goodwill, you'll always give, you're very generous, and you see things very abstract. Very abstract. So, okay, so that's your energy that I have here. Let me go ahead and put that up there. So this is resonating with you so far. Put a blue heart down below and say, I am loyal and generous, so that other pile ones know that they're not alone. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 cards for how men view you. I'm going to get 2 cards for how women view you. And then I'm going to get 1 card for connecting energy, like something that they both see you as, okay? Before I draw out these cards, I want you to know, pile 1, whatever does come out, good or bad, it does not make it true. That's who you are. This is someone's opinion of you, someone's viewpoint of you, and that's from their lens of the world. So that's how they see the world, which does not necessarily make that true of you. Keeping that in mind moving forward. If you don't like what someone says or thinks about you, maybe it's not a message for you. Or likewise, it is just a reminder that that does not make it true to who you are and your character, okay? So let's go ahead and get some cards out on it. Source, how do men view pile 1? Okay, thank you. How do men view pile 1, source? 2 cards. How do men view pile 1, source? How do men view pile 1? Thank you. Okay, how do men view pile 1, source? Okay, thank you. Simple, simple, simple. All right, let's shuffle. How do women view pile 1, source? How do women view pile 1? Thank you. My apologies. How do women view pile 1, source? Whoa, just the cards. That was weird. Alright, cool. How do women view pile number 1, source? 2 cards, thank you. How do women view pile number 1, source? Okay, thank you. Alright, we're going to do a shuffle and we'll get a connecting energy. And energy is fluid, so if you feel like this is women and this is men, then take it as it resonates for you. It's going to be different for everyone, okay? But for my sanity, this side is for men and this side is for women, okay? You want me to shuffle one more time? Okay, so what's a connecting energy of how men and women view pile 1, source? Yeah. Making them feel like they're stuck, like they're not doing nothing with their lives. Yeah, because you found the key to your own sanity. You found the key to your own mind. You found a way to overcome the hardships and the expectations of who you were supposed to be from society. And so it makes them feel stuck. Let's find out how men view you. Yeah, they're mad because they can't be your hero, and that you're not necessarily so, okay, either you're already committed or you have a viewpoint on commitment that is very abstract, which we talked about. You have abstract thinking. So you might not see like a relationship the way that most people do, where it's like you get together, you date, you get married, and then you live in behind a white picket fence, you have kids, and happily ever after. To you, your happily ever after may be something like, I have my freedom, I'm not ever really connected to somebody that way. Or if you're already connected to someone, like you're already off the market. Okay, so take it as it resonates. Those are the two things that are coming through. How men see you as someone they're not capable of saving you. They're not capable of being the knight in shining armor to you, and not that it would ever matter anyways, because you would deny it. It's so real right now. And you're non-committal. You're non-committal to them. They want you to commit for less than what you're worth, okay? They view you as someone that is too high for them. Someone that's too... See, here's the thing. I feel like you're very spiritual, pile one. And if you're not, you just have a very high self-worth. And you have an expectancy, right? You expect people and men and women to treat you a certain way. And if they show you anything then less than that, you are going to say, that's enough for me. You've shown me your true colors, right? And bye. I'm not going to stick around for that. And so men are in this place where it's like, why can't I get them to change to this idea where I can be their savior, right? I want to save you. I want to help you. I want to do everything for you. But in truth, if they ever even took on that role, they're not capable of doing those things. And so they feel like it's because you're non-committal, it's because you're running away from commitment, it's because you're running away from your truth, when in reality that's not what's happening at all. It's because they want to fulfill some idealistic idea of how they could be in someone's life, you know, like Prince Charming or whatever it is. And so they're mad because with the Pope coming out in the reverse, this is like, you're not conforming to society, right? And we said that here with the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Look, in the 5 of Swords coming out here. You're someone who overcomes negativity. You don't let negativity get you down. You're someone who gets through the hardships. You're someone who has a very firm mind. This is you always transforming your mindset. You're someone who your expansion is in your consciousness. And because of that, when people, men in this instance, right, are coming towards you with anything less than healed selves, you realize that right away, and they're not worth your time. Like, you're low vibrational. You're trying to, don't bring me down, right? You're trying to bring me down. Don't bring me down. And because of that, they see you as someone who might be conceited. They see you as someone who might be, like, I keep hearing ruthless is the word that's coming through here. I can't reach you. Can't reach you, pile one. Why can't I reach you? And if you're a man watching this, it's the same thing. Like, they see you as someone who's conceited, who gets everything that they want, who gets all the girls that they want, and they can't reach your status, right? So take it as it resonates, but it's like they can't be in the position in your life that they want to be because you don't allow for that. You're too busy taking care of business. You're like, get out of here. I got things to do. I can't play your games. Right? And a lot of men don't necessarily like to play games, but then there are a lot of men who do like to play games. It's kind of like, I'd say it's 50-50, but I can't even say it's really that equally balanced. I'm not sure what the percentage would be on that, but you do have aspects of both, right? And it feels like these men here, the men that know you, who view you, they view you as someone who's not willing to partake in the games that they want to play, right? Let's see how women view you. Oh, this is already... Yeah, look. You make them feel hopeless. And so they view you as someone who they would like to see fall from grace. man, you pile one. I'm sorry that you're surrounded by people like this. I am. I'm sorry. Because it's not fair. You've already worked so hard to achieve what it is that you've gone through, right? And isn't that interesting? We have fixed sign, fixed sign, fixed sign, fixed sign. We have Aquarius, Aquarius, Taurus, Taurus. Look at this reversal of energy here. Look at this mirroring. They're all concerned about, and isn't it interesting because both of the mystery cards are looking opposite ways and both of the knights are looking towards this Four of Swords. Like, it's their own internal conflict that's coming to play here and how they view you. You're someone who's much stronger than you may give yourself credit for. But you've left a lot of negative situations and you didn't think about it. You didn't think twice because you were listening to your intuition. You're like, this isn't right. This isn't working for me. I gotta go. And so they're mad because they see you as someone who's capable of achieving something in life that they don't know how to do. And there's some sort of pride, emotional ego that's coming into play here where they just refuse to ask you how you're doing what you're doing. Right? And you have this, I'm gonna be detached. Right? So you may notice that when you connect with women, they become very detached from you. They become very much like, oh, I'll talk to you, pile one, but I'm very emotionally detached. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to get to understand you. I don't want to know who you are. And you may notice that right away that like people will immediately be your friend, but they never, it's always surface level. It's always just very much about them, or it's, you know, it's all about what's going on in their life, and they don't ever say anything about what's going on in your life, even if you're the one that's dealing with hardships that they themselves couldn't handle by themselves. They don't want to come forward and help you because they want to see you fall. Because you doing what you do has put them in a position where it has mirrored back onto them that they're not capable of having the growth in their life that you're doing. And it's almost like if you fell from grace, pile one, that they feel like they would have a chance to catch up. But the truth is that they wouldn't. They wouldn't, because you're not going to fall from grace because you're too busy. When something happens, you're facing it head on. You're not letting that deter your path. And the women here in this reading they're self-sabotaging with this Knight of Coins in the reverse. And they feel hopeless with the Star in the reverse. But how they view you is that you're the reason that they're in the situation that they're at, which is completely absurd. Okay, that's completely absurd. But they got a problem with the fact that you're capable of overcoming your hardships. And so they see you as someone that is an obstacle in their way to keep them from getting what they want. And here's the thing. I feel like there's, with this Four of Swords in the middle here, I feel like you're the talk of the town. Okay, there's this energy coming through where it's everybody's talking about you. Good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, doesn't matter. It's just you're the topic of conversation wherever people tend to go, especially if people in those groups know you. It's like somehow your name gets dropped amongst everybody, and they're always, and then it starts in on it. Oh yeah, pile one this. Oh yeah, pile one that. Did you know this about pile one? Did you know that about pile one? And they cannot help but join into the conversation while at the same time just like loathing and seething at the core that it's about you. Because you're the one changing your life. You're the one changing your life. You're doing what was necessary all along. Right? So remember, you're a strong person, and just how they view you has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. Okay? Nothing at all. This has everything to do with their own internal feelings. And because men can't trap you and women can't trap you, they're just going to sit and hate on you because that's all they can do. That's all they can do. And it's almost like nobody changed the world by sitting on their couch wishing and hoping something was going to happen. Well, that's these people. They sit around on their couch wishing and hoping that something's going to happen because they do not. Hear me when I say, pile one, they do not have the courage the tenacity, the drive, all the things we talked about, what you have to get up and do something and make a change. And if they did, you would hope that it wouldn't be towards you, right? Let's get some clarifiers out here. This one wants to come out. Yeah, we have justice making an appearance here. See, that's the thing. All these men treated you a certain way, and now you're getting justice when it comes to men in your life. So if you're a woman on here, you identify with divine feminine energy and you would like a divine masculine, okay? So understanding these are the energies. Whatever the divine masculine is in your life, it is doing a flip-flop. You've dealt with enough hardships. You've dealt with enough toxic masculines, okay? You've dealt with enough people who did not have your best interest at heart. And now you're getting justice. Things are balancing out. And it's, look at this House of Cards. It's like standing on a prayer. That's what I hear right now. It's like standing on a prayer. Your heart has made a wish for someone that's in the same level as you are, in the same playing field, okay? And it's not games. This is someone who can match you step for step. And you built this on faith alone, and that's just it. And here they are trying to blow out the cards from underneath you. But they can't, because it's not just the cards that are holding you up. It's faith in the journey. It's faith in yourself. And it's faith in what you know you need to do moving forward. This is not easy. What you've had to deal with, this is not easy. I feel like, Pile 1, you do not have a lot of friends. And I feel like the friends that you do have, it's just because you need people to talk to. It might not necessarily be because they're really true deep friends, right? Like, it's just like, you know, you need to connect with people, you know, you need to network. It's like almost like using them as practice, but you're not really using them. It's a doorway. That's what I'm seeing. It's a doorway for yourself. Look at this, the sun. Yeah. And so for the women in your life, here's the thing that's coming to you. We have the sun coming out. I'm missing you like candy, missing you like candy. Okay, so you have a soul tribe. You have women that are coming in. So this is a divine masculine I'm talking about. There's a woman that is going, or a divine feminine that is going to stick to you like honey, right? In the way of support, not like codependency or anything like that. It's just you're the sunshine in the world. And you're going to find that there are going to be women around you who truly appreciate the energy that you bring, right? They see you as somebody that I can look up to, that equal give and take. You have this reciprocity coming through here with the honeybees, right? It's like, that's what's going to be evening out for you, Pile 1. This is a lot of bunk. I'm sorry. This is a lot of bunk energy that you've been surrounded by. But I also feel like you're cleansing out an old pattern, right? You're letting it go. Look at that. We have judgment. You found the key. Didn't I say that when I turned over the Four of Swords at the very beginning? Didn't I say you found the key to your mind? Look at this. The little rabbit, look, he has his key. Do you see that? Behind his back. Like, you found it. You've been in this position of feeling stuck. It's like you had nowhere to go. But you're the only one that could let you out. So your justice is your judgment in life because you stayed true to your path. Look at how many majors you got, right? You got the justice, you got the Pope, you got judgment, you got the sun, and you got the star. Like, this is very profound. There's a huge shift coming for you. And now you're walking on by. They're going to be sitting here looking at you from afar because there's nothing they can do. They're still going to be doing the same thing they're going to be doing. Seeing you with all your abundance and your prosperity. Seeing you persevere. Seeing you overcome. Seeing you exceed expectations. And they're just going to be sitting there like, freaking Pile 1. Why? Because you were alone. You had to do it alone. You had to follow your intuition. Look, and again, this idea, this is a 5 of coins here, but this idea of being connected with your mind. Sources who led you, your guides are who led you, your angels, your higher self, your intuition, the gods, the goddesses, the universe, whatever it is that you put on it. Okay, it's like this higher idea of coming in and being able to find divine inspiration and following that divine inspiration and not being afraid to be alone. Like I said, I feel like the people you connect with now, I don't feel like there's, and that may not be true for everyone, but I do feel like the vast majority of you have no one that you consider a real, true, close friend in your life. Like, they're just very shallow. It's a very shallow connection. Very surface level. There's nothing more to it than like acquaintance level status, right? And they may say that, oh, you know, you're my best friend. You may say that they're your best friend, but it just feels very surface level. It feels like it's not, they don't care to really ask about you. They only ask you about you when you ask about them. They very rarely connect with you. Like, I feel like maybe you've been through some hardships and they never reached out to you in regards to your hardship, but then they're going through something that's difficult and they want you to check up on them constantly. And so, yeah, like we have opposition coming out, imbalance, right? A point of tension and a power struggle. That's exactly the energy that's coming through here. They all are powering, like they want the power that you have. They want the ability to do what you do, but they don't have it. They just don't have it. It's just not going to be like that. Look, and what did I say? You're ending a cycle. We have cycles with hair here, number 31. There's going to be some sense of new stability coming into your life here. No longer are you going to be held captive by those repeat cycles in your life. Things that are old news, right? Look at this. This has been very frustrating for you. Look, these two opposites. You have nurturing here, and you have volcano with volality. Wow, I can talk today. Volality. This card literally talks about being put through a lot of storms and upsets at the cost of growing, but it's all because of source. It's not anybody's fault. It's just source needing you to grow. And you realize that after a while, after the hardships, after the lava melted down everything in its path, it gave you room to plant fresh seeds. It gave you room to grow. It gave you room to see the true beauty of where you're at and understanding that it's not what's outside of you. It's coming from within you, right? This was never outside of you. This was something that was going on inside of you that you had to clear out, but it had to come out in a very peculiar way. And that's by the people that have been surrounding you. Let's get another animal oracle out. Okay, thank you. That's by Mandy Moore, I believe. Yeah, okay. Look, I cannot. They wanted one more. Look, we have Swan Spirit on the bottom, so love could very well be coming. We have time for a deeper dive. Yeah, you're diving in. You're learning that, like the ugly duckling, right? It's like you didn't see how beautiful you were. You just saw all the ugliness outside of you, and now you're realizing, like, whoa, I'm growing into this beautiful creature. This flipped out. We have Rabbit Spirit. I can't with you. This is already a synchronicity coming through here. We have 49. Which is 12. 12 is all about your perspective. We have now is a lucky time. You see all these rabbits. You're completing a cycle. Anytime I see rabbits, I think about cycles because rabbits just, that's what they do. They cycle and they do the same things over and over again, right? They make tons of bunnies. Then they all go and eat up all the grass and everything. They'll destroy gardens, right? It's not, they're adorable, but they can cause a lot of destruction. This cute little animal can cause a lot of destruction, which is what cycles do in our lives. They may be cute and fun at first, but then they get older and they go underneath the garden fence and they destroy everything in its path. It's no longer cute and funny, is it? And then let's get an angel message for pile 1 source. Thank you. Oh, they want that one too. All right. Okay, so let's check out this one. Look, We have number 56, which is 11, and 11 is a very spiritual number. You're growing spiritually. We have spider spirit, making your dreams real. And that's what I was saying, like, this whole energy is that both men and women here are seeing you as someone that they're jealous of, that they're mad at, that they see you growing, and it's just reminding them that they're not doing anything with their life. You're weaving your dream into existence, right? It's unique, it's beautiful, it's different. And it's like they wish you would stop because all it's doing is making them feel inadequate in their own journey. But you know what? If they don't get up and make a difference in their own life, then that's not on you if you chose to do so. Yes, we have companionship with 41 coming out here. It's this energy that's coming through companionship, dog. You're going to have some people in your life that are coming towards you. People who want to be there for you. People who want to see you succeed. In fact, if this isn't happening already, this is something that's coming very shortly. Okay, you're going to see this happen quickly. Look, and then we have Orca with song lines. You're healing generational curses. This is you clearing out all that bad karma, all the stuff that your family went through. Look at how different you are from everyone around you. You're not the same. They're all trying to be something that they know that they're not, and you're just standing out because you know you're not that. You know that you're who you are, and you're never going to blend in. You're never going to fit into these orcas because you're a human child. You're here on a spiritual journey. You're here to find out who you are at the soul. Jupiter again, grow and expand. We cannot be more clear about this. Source is telling you that something huge is about to shift in the energy around you. Okay, so we've got these. These are the new angel messages that I have. They're super cute. So let's see. Let me go that way. Okay. So we have Akasha. I believe she's connected to the Akashic record. She says, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken to their spiritual gifts and divine life message. This is what you're meant to do. You're meant to help others. And even though you have this energy coming through here, like I said, this is people who know you. This is people who are around you. This is people who have seen you grow. Okay, this is not the people who are meant to be there on your journey. These are people who are just jealous because you're standing out and they're not. Look, we have a lot of purple here, a lot of purple coming in here, and you're connecting with your crown chakra. You're connecting with your third eye, right? Even in this card, there's a lot of purple in this card. Look at this. And you're connecting on a different level. Because you don't fit in and you stand out, that's why there's such a problem here. But you know what? Keep shining. Keep standing out. We need your energy. Look at that. Another purple card. And no, they're not all purple. Look at what's on the bottom. We have Shanti. With I am the angel of peace, I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So this is what's coming, okay? I love that. I didn't even read that until now. So we have Omega, victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Yeah, you cannot be more clear than this is Source saying, I know you've been through a hard time. I know it's hurt. I know it sucks. I know it's not fun. I know you did not want to go through this. I know that you wanted things to be a lot easier. I know you wanted things to be good. But I needed you to grow because you were being influenced by the life that you grew up in. You were being influenced by those people around you trying to make you fit into a situation that you didn't fit into because they were scared to grow. And now you're not afraid to grow anymore. You may be resistant to change, but since things are changing all around you, you understand that. You've had a lot of rejection. You've had a lot of loss, and it's left you with a fragmented soul. But now, because you're healing, you're bringing back all those fragments of your lost self, and that's what's making you stand out even more. Now, these two flipped over. So, on the women's side, I'll put those over here. We have limitations and fears. So, this is why women feel this way about you. Because you show them their limitations. You show them their fears face to face, which would make sense. If you're a spiritual teacher, you're here to help people deal with that. That deep, dark, secretive energy that they don't want anybody to see, right? We also have air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we had Aquarius energy over here. This is Gemini and Aquarius energy as well. So a lot of Aquarius energy coming through. You could have Aquarius highly aspect in your chart, or this could be one woman that feels this way who has air sign very highly aspect in her chart. Take it as it resonates. So for the men, yeah, see, you took a chance and you changed the way that you showed up when it came to the men friends in your life or the men that were in your life. Maybe you were a certain way for a while, but no longer. You're not like that anymore. You're like, I cannot live like this any longer. And so you packed your bags and you left. And that's the thing, when men acted this way, whether it was them trying to be friends with you so that they could get a leg in, right? Because that's what men will do sometimes. Not always. Not always. But you have to remember, toxic men, they want status. They want power. They want to be seen as an individual that stands out. And so they could have been trying to use you as a stepping ladder into that position, but they could never get there, right? Yeah. So you nurtured yourself. We had nurturing coming out again. Another synchronicity. Another synchronicity here. You learned how to nurture yourself in these situations. So if you're a divine feminine, you said, I can't put up with this energy anymore. I'm going to leave. I can't do this. Maybe you left a toxic relationship. You left an abusive home, whatever it was. You know, like, it does feel like there was a masculine that could have been very abusive in your life here, and you began to nurture yourself. And that's where you became compassionate towards yourself. And it's helped you grow. And now you're about to celebrate. There's gifts coming in from Source. This is Source giving you the light. You let your light shine, right? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, right? Like, you're letting it shine. Go ahead with yourself, pile one. And you're becoming very, very abundant here. I love this. Growth and expansion. Jupiter's all about abundance. So it's very clear what's coming for you because of the energies that you've dealt with. And not just because of those energies that you've dealt with, but because you chose to do something about it. Right? So I'm actually going to read this. I don't read these often enough, and so I brought the book out and I wanted to read these for you. If you see the image here, I'm not actually going to go over the image with you today, but I'm going to put it here. You can take a screenshot of it, and if there's a message in there that you feel for your intuition, definitely follow that. But we have number 1, the warrior. I ask for what I want because I deserve to get what I want. Yeah, you are a warrior. I love that. Let's read this. Let's see what the warrior has to tell us. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Thanks for shining your light, pile one. Okay, card 1 should not be that hard to find. Okay. Here we go. It says, how well do you stand up for yourself? How well do you express your own needs? How much of your time, energy, and other resources do you allow others to demand of you? Problems you are experiencing may be the result of not asking either your partner, coworkers, families, or even your higher self to give you what you are entitled to have. You may have a tendency to give too much of yourself and to ask too little of others. You must first identify what it is that you really want for yourself and then ask for it clearly and directly, knowing that you deserve to get what you want and need. When you practice courage standing up for yourself, you will finally see things come into harmony in many aspects of your life. You will be in a much better position to either improve your current situation greatly or to allow your intuition to help you find a new one that will bring you more fulfillment. Your right to defend yourself is something that you were born with, not something someone else grants you, and therefore something that can be taken away from you either. So that's the thing. It's just saying, ask for what you want. Ask for it because you deserve to get it. And I feel like that's exactly what's been going on, is you're learning how to balance that energy by asking. And it might be a slow process, and that's okay. You know, always be compassionate with yourself. That's part of nurturing yourself and understanding that I'm not in this to rush this. I'm in this to gain stability from the situation, which you're doing slowly but surely. You are doing. Okay? So if this is your pile one, if it resonated, leave me a thumbs up down below. I do want you, if you made it all the way through the reading, put a purple heart down below just so that other pile ones know that they're not alone on the journey. But I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together, for giving us this beautiful message. And until next time, pile one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of crystal quartz, or if you were drawn to this image or this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on how do men and women view you. I'm going to do things a little bit different today. I'm actually going to get your energy with the dice, so that way then we know if this is your reading or not. If the dice is not resonating with you, then you are more than welcome to choose one of the other piles. This is just so that you know that this is the messages that are for you, keeping in mind that they are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all the links necessary down below in the description box. Or you can send me an email if you're interested in a personal reading. There are only a finite amount of spaces available each week. They do fill up rather quickly. It is first come, first serve. However, you send me an email, I will let you know how many spaces are available, as well as further information from there. And make sure that you do check out my podcast at Scatter Love Radio. You'll find the link down below. It is on Spotify and Anchor FM as well. And it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I truly do hope to see you there. So let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out some more about you, Pile 2. So Source, what can you tell us about Pile 2 so that they know that this is their pile? What do they need to know? Can you let us know a little bit more about who is Pile 2, Source? What can you tell us about pile number 2? Okay, so we've got Virgo, 10th house, and Pluto. Pluto. So someone who transformed their life. Is very humble. You could have Earth highly aspect in your chart, or you are an Earth sign. Okay. Again, those are very specific messages. Anytime I bring up a zodiac that's very specific, if it doesn't resonate with you, that does not mean anything. Okay, that's just for someone else who needed that, or someone else who's looking for that. If you're looking for that and the zodiac sign does not come up, that does not mean that this isn't your pile. Okay, so zodiacs are just, you know, you could honestly say I see the whole zodiac, and then everyone would be like, all right, you said my zodiac, right? But we do have Capricorn, Virgo energy present, as well as Scorpio energy on the table. Okay, now the thing here with 10th house is that you're someone who is building a dream. Right? And that could be your own business. You could be climbing up the ladder to success. You could be becoming a boss. You could have a position like CEO. You're a boss that people look up to. You have a team that you take care of. Anytime we have 10th house, we have someone who has status, who has a title, who holds a position, right? This is someone who is capable of managing. This is someone who's capable of running a team successfully. All right, we have long-term goals. So you definitely have long-term goals in mind. It's been through your long-term goals that has brought you success. Fame and fortune is always connected to the 10th house. So maybe you're trying to build a successful company so that it gets noticed, right? It gets accolades from others. And that's what you're on the journey towards. But it's been slow moving, right? This is also someone who's a father figure. It's interesting because I did get the message before I started this that I was getting divine masculine energy here. It doesn't necessarily mean anything other than you may resonate with divine masculine, somebody who's on this reading, okay? And that's just letting you know that these aren't gender specific by any means. It's just that that was a hugely powerful message that was coming out when I first was getting ready to do your reading. Okay, this is also energy of having stability, right? Someone who's very old-fashioned. When you have the 10th house, we're dealing with the father of the zodiac or the masculine energy, and it came out twice for you, okay? So this could be, you could be a father, you could want to be a father, you could want to have a stable father in your life for your children, okay? take it as it resonates. I'm just going to go with what I'm feeling, but remember, you can always make it how it fits for you. If it's not for you, don't try to make it fit, okay? With the Virgo energy here, though, we do have someone who's very humble. So you're a very modest person. Even if you've got a big bankroll, like you're someone who's going to drive in a beat up Chevrolet. Like you're not looking to buy something fancy because there's more important things to you than what you drive in. Like you may have, if you have a high up position and you go to work 6 days a week, you have an outfit for each day, and that's what you have. And you don't really do doubles of it or anything like that. It's just very specific. This is what I wear Monday. This is what I wear Tuesday. This is what I wear Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever it is, right? And then on your days off, you wear the same thing. Jeans and a t-shirt, or you wear sweats and a t-shirt. Like you're not someone who's out to impress people necessarily by the way that you look, because you've worked so hard to achieve where you're at. It's like people may mistake you for someone who's a no good, down out, low vibrational energy, when in reality it's the things that people take to say, oh, that's the person who has status. You don't actually fit into that category. You're kind of someone who's rather standing back behind the scenes saying, you know what, I may have $2 million in the bank account, but I dress like I only get paid $10 an hour. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not something that is top tier for you. It's not like it would be for someone else. Let's see. Yeah, you're very rational. You do think with your logic mind here. Virgo's ruled by Mercury, and so anytime we have Mercury coming into play, it's like communication and logical rationalization. You're logically thinking. You like things to be communicated clearly, and you've gone through a lot in your life in order to change this aspect of yourself. So maybe you had a stutter when you were a child, or you stumbled over your words, and it's something that you've taken great care to change so that you can show up in your position in a very clear and concise way, so that you can articulate how you want things to run, especially if you're taking care of a team or if you're in higher management. You're a very curious person. You have to write constantly, or you want to be a writer, and so you're working on that. And it has to do with communication here with Mercury. We have that with the Virgo energy. It's like this idea of being able to communicate something clearly, or maybe you're trying to be a coach and you're trying to help others understand what they need to do to better themselves, or you're trying to be able to convey a message in a way that others are able to absorb what it is that you're trying to put out there. And that could be for a business that you're trying to build, or that applies to the position that you hold currently. With Pluto energy here, we have somebody who's very sexually attractive, okay? This is someone that they find very sexually attractive. So you are looked at as next level. Pile 2, that's where I want to get it. I want that person. And probably I don't really see it that way, but you're someone who's very deep, mysterious. You hold a lot of things in. You can tend to control situations, especially if you know what to do, and it's easier for you to go ahead and just do it instead of trying to let others figure it out. And I feel like that's something that you've been working on, because you realize that it's only just put unadded and undue stress on yourself. And so I do feel like there's some sense of drawing back from that. But you do have a position of power. Anytime Pluto comes into play, we're talking about power, right? So with the 10th house here, this is very clearly stating a position of power. Wherever you're at on the Richter scale, you have a position of power, but you're not someone who abuses that power. You're someone who really does try to be fair in the way that you approach things. With Virgo being in the middle here, there's this sense of having that eye for perfection, but also knowing that you have to serve others so that they'll continue to show up for you in the way that you want them to. So that they're not like, oh, here we go with pile 2 again. So let's see what comes out in the cards. Now I'm going to explain this to you. First things first is whatever comes out in the cards, This is other people's opinions and ideas of who you are. That does not make it true to your character, okay? You cannot base who you are on what others are thinking of you or what they might say of you. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to know them. It's just an unfair situation all around. This is just curiosity that's coming into play here. I'm going to do men on this side. I'm going to do women on this side. I'll have 2 cards and 2 cards, and then I'll have one in the center that's a unifying energy of like how they combined feel about you, okay? All right, so let's get some tarot on its source. How do men see pile 2? What can you tell us more about how men see pile 2? Yeah, somebody that's successful. I feel like men want to be in your shoes. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, like they want to be in your shoes because you're able to take care of your family, of your bills, of everything. You're not stressing financially. And that's something that men, you know, they want to be providers, and they feel like you're definitely a provider wherever it is that you're at. So how do men view pile number 2? They also see you as someone that demands respect. And that's not a bad thing. How do men see pile number 2 source? 1 card. How do men see pile number 2? Okay, thank you. How do men see pile number 2 source? Thank you. Okay, give it a shuffle here. How do women see pile number 2 source? Okay. How do women see pile number 2 source? Thank you. How do women see pile number 2? They're definitely not seeing you clearly, that's for sure. They're not comfortable when you're around. How do women see pile number 2 source? And it could just be because you have a very commanding presence, right? Like anytime you're in a powerful position, like it can really affect a lot of people in a different way. How do women see pile 2 source? 1 card. That's way too many. Okay. They want me to take them like this. All right, let me give it a shuffle and we'll get one combining energy. I guess they want me to start with women today. So be it. All right, how do men and women see pile number 2? 1 card source, just 1 card. Thank you. So I'm hearing Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus playing in my head right now. I don't remember all the words, but I just hear Party in the USA. Whoa, it's a party in the USA, right? Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck first. Okay. So we have, look at this. We have the Devil with the 9 of Wands and the Page of Wands. They're all in the upright. They see you as someone who's had to start from scratch, but, you know, the Devil doesn't necessarily always mean something bad. It could just be a workaholic, like you may work a lot. But there is a slight obsession, right? You may have an obsession with your work, which we do have Pluto energy out here with the 10th house, which shows that there's a slight obsession, right? So you may just be obsessed with working hard and doing what you need to do. And so there is some immaturity that is seen here with this page. Like, it's brand new. Whatever you're doing, you could have gotten this position recently. It's brand new. It's this energy of not really being sure of which way to go, but just knowing that if I stay true to how I've been, that I'll be able to get there. And you're not really open to anyone, right? You're not really opening yourself up to anyone right now. It's very closed off. You're very much in this journey of, I'm taking action towards what I want. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so we do have the Knight of Wands. Again, that idea that you're very sexually attractive to women. You know, and again, if you feel like this is women and this is men for you, then take it as that. I'm just going to go for my own sanity. This is men for me and this is women for me. But energy is fluid, so take it as it resonates for you. But we do have the King of Wands here being clarified by the Chariot in the reverse and the Empress in reverse. Interesting. So you may have gotten a lot of offers from women here. Like, they want to be in your life. They want, like, you may be getting numbers just left and right from women, or you may have women just trying to connect with you without sound reason as to why. It's like, this could be coworkers, or this could be, people who you are managing, and they're just trying to, like, maybe take you out to drinks or get you out and loosey goosey. Like, I want to get you all loosened up so that I can find out more about you, because all you do is work, right? And it's partially because you're very attractive. It's partially because you're very seen as someone that's sexually attractive. And regardless if you're a man or woman, that's just what's being shown here. You're someone who's very sexually attractive, someone who's unobtainable in a very attractive way. And so this immaturity that they're trying to say is you is actually probably them approaching you from a very sexually immature state. And so they get shot down and they feel completely defeated here, with the Chariot clarifying the King of Wands. There's like this feeling of being left short and not being able to get what they want. And this has been a cycle for you for a long time. It's like people only offer you very shallow connections. This is then, and it's like you want a friend. I feel like you want someone to be in your court, to know you, but they only want what they can get from you. And that's what women are doing here. It's like they want something from you. And especially if you're a masculine here and you're someone that's very stable, there's that energy. It's like, oh, well, pile 2 could take care of me. If you're a woman here, it's like they feel like they could get freebies from you. Like having connections with you would help them gain access to a higher position, or they would be able to get what they would want out of, whatever it is that they want. Whatever it is, right? But I feel like it's more or less having friends in high places. And that's what's coming through here. It's like, I want to be able to have a friend in high places so that I can get what I want. And they're not seen clearly. You have an Empress coming up against the King of Swords in the upright. It's like this is someone who's very impulsive, and they're not nurturing. They don't care. They only have one thing in mind. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of the connection. They don't care deeply about the connection. They just want something out of it. And then you have this King of Wands who's very action-oriented, and he's taking steps to do what he wants, and you have the King to the Page here. And again, it's this idea that they're seeing you as someone who's a Page energy when they're actually not realizing that you're a King in this King energy. And because you're in this King energy, to shoot them down is no big deal. And so that leaves them all wanting more. So anytime you reject a woman, right, even if it's for friendship, anytime you reject them, they want more. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep trying to be more creative the next time. They keep trying to like figure out, how can I get pile 2 to give me what I want? And for you, whether or not you're actually discerning this is not the point, because your focus, you have a one-track mind, and your one-track mind is on your business. It's on your work. It's on your career, your status, your wherever it is, your stability, right? And that's what it is. Let's see how men view you. Yeah. Similar energy already. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, anytime you have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, this talks about superficial love, right? Or superficial connection. The same thing that we have here. But it's interesting because anytime you have the Empress in the reverse, this is more of someone being impulsive for the sake of really trying to reach out and grab something. Here you have someone coming in trying to be the romantic with the purpose of gaining access to you physically, not emotionally, right? Again, the same idea, this very sexual energy here that's coming through here. So you could be someone who's deemed a very a sexual deviant. It sounds so weird, but it's coming through. And it's not you necessarily. I feel like you're actually probably pretty much in hermit mode, but like you have this connection here. Look, both of these are Cups cards. They don't want you to be happy. Men don't want you to be happy. They view you as somebody who is unable to connect. They view you as somebody who, so if you are a divine masculine, men view you as somebody who just wants to get Just want to get it on and that's it and leave. And that's not, I do not feel like that's how you are at all. But there's also this energy that anytime you have the 10 of Cups coming out, we have this idea of falling from grace, not being able to maintain happiness, and they don't want you to maintain happiness. And there's like this idea of maybe trying to figure out how to control this. So it wouldn't surprise me if for somebody, this is a very specific message, but it wouldn't surprise me if for somebody, the men that you know have actually hired a woman to try to distract you. Okay, and this is for a man. This is for a man out there, like a divine masculine. And it would not surprise me if that has happened to you and you still denied it. And they were left like feeling like they had no control over the situation. But it's interesting because you're on your path of purpose. You're doing what you want. I feel like you see 10-10 a lot, or 10-10-10, or 1-1-1 a lot. You may see 11-11 a lot, but you do see a lot of repeat ones, right? And it could be in any way, shape, or form, but you see a lot of repeat ones. And it's like you have faith in yourself, and you're not worried about where everyone else is on the journey, but men see you as somebody that they would like to replace with themselves, and see you like crying in a corner and unhappy, which is absolutely absurd. But that's what I was getting earlier. It's like, because you're so successful, it's like men want to be you, right? Men want to be in that position where you're at. What's a connecting energy here? Yeah. I kept getting the Emperor when I was shuffling. It was so weird. He kept making an appearance. Like, you're somebody who commands respect. And so it's like, they can't play on your field. They cannot play on your field. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not worried about women, right? Look at this. Like, you're not looking at her on either side. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do feel like I'm dealing with masculine energy. But if you're not, and this has resonated with you, that's perfectly okay. Then that means that this is the, whatever energy opposite of you would be, okay? It's just this energy of you're not paying attention to them because you're dealing with trying to ward this off right now, right? You've got this wand up and you're like, I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not going to deal with you guys trying to come in and get me to, you know, whether that's have drinks with them or to, you know, open up to them emotionally, because you're not. You're secure with who you are. And they see that. That's the connecting energy that they see. Someone who commands respect, someone who demands respect, and someone who deserves respect. And they can't help but respect you, but still doing these very childish things on the side. See? And you're completely defended against anything. You're worried about you and you alone, and that's what gives you your strength. When you need to help somebody, you help them, but it's not for gain. And that's something that irritates both men and women around you, because it's something that they wish that they could do, but they can't. They don't have the power. They don't hold the position that you hold. This has to do with the amount of work it's taken you to get into the position that you have. It has created a path before you to change your perspective, right? The Emperor doesn't ask for permission. The Emperor just does what he wants. You really think the King of Wands asks for permission? No, he doesn't. He does what he wants. When he needs to take action, he takes action. When the Emperor sees things that need to be taken care of, he takes care of it. And that's exactly what you're doing here. It's like they may be coming at you from all sides. This could be like coworkers trying to go and convince a boss that maybe you're cheating the company or something like that. And you come back with proof. You come back with, look, it's fine that they're going to say this about me, but I want you to understand, here's the proof. And you hand over the file and you're like, this is all the documents that you need in order to move forward with that. And it's like, they may not even know that you have all that in your arsenal, right? Like, they may not realize that you have all that access. And then you have the women over here who are just trying to backstab you so that they can grab a piece of you and have a piece of you in their life, because there's like, I keep getting this idea of freebies. Yeah, that's what they want me to say, freebies. So whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. It's like women just want to be in your life so they can gain something from you. Gold diggers. These are gold diggers around you. You must have a very unique position in a company. Okay, so what do we have coming out here? Yeah, the Queen of Swords. This makes so much sense. You cut them off. Look, and again, this idea of writing. So you may have to correspond with your superiors or your colleagues, right? And you may have to fire people because of this, because of situations that come up. And so men see you as someone that's not, you can't cross them. You can't cross pile 2. It's not going to play out in the way that you want it to. But you do take the way that you communicate very seriously. You're not emotionally connected to it. You're not, you're detached in the best possible way. You care about the position at hand, right? You care about what's coming for you, but you care about the success of those around you in a way. Like if it's your team, you want your team to be successful, but if they're just going to be a brick in the road, then, you know, get on out of here. So look, we have the 5 of Wands. Yeah. Look at this. Like they're trying to trip you up off your path away from your abundance. These apples falling, but you're the one that has the abundance, right? The apples are falling from her skirt. You're the one that's abundant. It's like they're trying to be sneaky. That's the energy I kept getting, like this idea of being sneaky. And the 5 of Wands in the upright talks about being able to regain balance and equilibrium on your path after something insane has happened, right? And whatever the circumstances, it's just something has happened that's made you feel off balance and you're not able to deal with it, and then suddenly you gain balance once again. Look, we have the Popess on the bottom here. You are driven by your intuition. You're capable of finding out what you want in your life through your intuition. You're not gonna question yourself just because people are acting a fool. That's not what's gonna happen here. Let's get one more to clarify this reading for pile 2 source. Thank you. Yeah, we have the 4 of Coins with the Emperor. 4 and 4. So you may see 444 a lot too, but you're capable of building, like, it's this mirrored image, right? But it's like on the other side of the mirror, things aren't as good. They're not as good as what you have. And you know that you're up here in your castle taking care of everything, and others are wishing to be you. But that's the thing. It's like they may wish to be you while nobody understands the position that you actually hold, or the amount of time and effort it takes to make sure that things are kosher, right? It takes a lot of hard work to be in the position that you're in. And so men and women, they don't see that because they just see, like I said, it's like, even though you might not dress in fancy clothes, you might not drive a fancy car, it's like they know that you have a high position, right? You're an emperor. You don't have to impress people because you hold the position itself. So you could be an owner or something like that. But it's like these people around you, they think that they know better than you. But that's the truth, is that if they were ever even given a day in your position, they would crumble. Look at that. We have the 3 of Wands. So you're up there on your tree, continuing to build these beautiful things, continuing to put it together. It's like she's putting together flowers, right? But also it looks like she's praying here. And it's like you keep asking for what you want and it keeps coming to you. And you're being divinely guided towards this. And it's like all the rest of them, like this looks like a fox to me. It's like, you know, and foxes can be deviant and cunning and trying to like be tricksters, right? Not always is that the true of the fox spirit, but that is something that's coming through here. It's like people are trying to trick you, or they're trying to trick others. Whoa. Sorry, I almost coughed. And they're trying to convince them that you're not as good as you say you are. But that's the thing. It's like they don't understand the amount of effort and work that you have to put in. My apologies. I need a drink. Oh, so much better. And so you keep showing up for yourself, and they all keep thinking that they can have what you have, and they can't. So it's kind of this general energy. It's like women want something from you, and men want to be you. Like, what a trip. Yeah, Libra. And then here you are in the middle. You're this fair person. You're You have consideration and fairness and harmony when it comes to this connection, to this business, to this situation. Like, you're somebody who's very even balanced. You're not somebody that's worried about what's going on outside of you because you know there's a job that needs to be done. And please get some oracles for... Yep, thank you. Yeah, look at that. Number 13, we have connection, tarantula. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop you from moving forward. They're trying to keep you stuck. Right? They don't want you to shine as bright as you do. They're trying to keep you bar held. Like, they're trying to keep you in this place of distress and hurt and pain. And it's like, I feel like they don't even realize you don't even see it like that. Thank you. Yeah, karma, DNA. That's the thing. They're gonna get theirs. They're gonna get theirs. Yep, because you're on a different level. Pile 2, you're on a whole different level, and they're only building up their own karmic situations. So when things go down the crapper, they're gonna go down the crapper. Okay, like. Well, thank you. I'll get one more for pile 2 source. Please have one more card for pile 2. Thank you. Look, Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours, with number 16 coming out here. And Coyote was originally known as the trickster spirit in, I think it's even in Norse mythology. Like, that was the original trickster, but it is known as a trickster spirit in a lot of different tribal beliefs. Okay, let's find out what these are. Have antelope spirit, life is speeding up, with number 2. 2 is trusting in the process. Yeah, but I feel like that's the thing. Like, you're quickly leaving this, so it's whatever it is, your position is going to be pulling you away from this type of work and into a better position, or you're coming up with an idea that's going to make things easier for yourself, but also benefit the company that you work for. We have Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery, with number 8. Look, we have 8 and 2 coming out together with 10. I could not make this stuff up. This is awesome. But yeah, what did I say in the beginning? You're someone that's very mysterious. Like, you don't show people your hand at all. Like, you don't show them your cards, and that bothers a lot of men. It bothers a lot of women. It's just like, because they don't have a way to pinpoint you. Look, we have the cat, intuition. Look, number 37. I cannot with you, pile 2. We have 10 again. But see, what did I say? You're a very intuitive person. It's not on the bottom anymore, but we had the Popess come out on the bottom. You're a very intuitive person, right? This is the goddess Bastet, also connected with your sacral chakra, that idea of being very sexually attractive, sexually wanted. And so both men and women are very sexually attracted to you. So if you're a divine femme, or if you're a divine masculine, the opposite, the divine masculine or the divine femme is attracted to you very sexually. It's something they can't help, and it's just because you're standing in your power, right? Look at this. And then we have number 33. We have chameleon, change. That's the thing. Like, you've changed. You're no longer blending into how they want you to be in the world, right? They've tried enough to get you to not stand out, but that's the thing. You can't help who you are. You can't help where you're going. You're not blending in. You're not ever going to blend in. It's not ever going to work like that. Yeah. And you're being vulnerable with yourself. And I feel like at times men and women both think that your vulnerability is a weakness. And what they're learning quickly is that this is your greatest strength. Yeah, you may not share about your life. That's okay. But vulnerability is so much more than sharing your life. Vulnerability is just being open and receiving to the truth of who you are, right? Shining your light out into the world. And as you do that, you allow yourself to be more vulnerable in the world. And that is where a lot of people really believe that that's a weakness, but it's not. It's such a strength. And that's why I'm saying, like, very quickly here, something's going to shift for you where, like, this could be remote working, traveling, something like that. But it's like you're going to be managing from afar is what it feels like. Okay? And that's a very specific message, but it does feel like that. Yeah, and then we have Yang. Again, the divine masculine coming through here, right? So we have proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Yeah. So you have Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. So that's the thing, like there's a lot of change that's happening here. There's a lot of active energy. There's a lot of masculine energy that's coming through here. And even if you're a divine feminine, it's showing that you're living from your divine masculine energy, right? And that's fine. That's perfect. Look, we had action coming out, flipping over. Let's get some of these out, Source. Thank you. Thank you. Can we please have a few more here, Source? Thank you. Okay. That's funny. That came out in pile 1. Wow, you're getting a lot of these, pile 2. Release, surrender, and purge. Yeah. So this could be you stepping out on your own, right? Stepping out into a position that you wanted to do. So like if you work with a company, maybe you're about ready to open your own company. But it does feel like you're leaving, right? We have epiphany with a breakthrough here. Yeah. You're no longer going to be stuck in this situation where men and women around you don't see the worth of who you are, right? When they're like stuck in their own limitations, their own fears, they're reaching out to the ghosts of their past and they're expecting you to solve it for them. They're expecting you to take care of it for them. That's not your job, right? So you're taking action. You're being courageous. Jupiter energy, you're bringing in good luck with new beginnings coming through here, right? Okay. It's interesting that this wants to come out, but you could be on a twin flame journey. Really, truly, what this means to me is that you're on the journey of higher spiritual development, okay? Not to connect with the label in itself. This is just saying that you're on a higher journey than others, and that's why you're not in the same playing field as they are at all. So we do have home and family coming out with commitment. Yeah, so there's soon somebody going to be committing to you on the journey. That's all because of the self-love, your intentions in the world. You've created the life of your dreams. Well, we do have Mercury. Mercury made an appearance, like travel. What was I saying? You could be traveling soon, like for work, but communication, messages, and Mercury. So again, I feel like this is you going to be traveling soon, or you're going to be communicating from long distance. That's definitely what this feels like to me. But if not, this could just mean that somebody's going to be communicating to you soon about how they really feel about you. You're getting assistance from your spirit guides. That makes so much sense here. Again, that intuitive energy, right? You just listen to your intuition. We have alchemy with ancestors and guides. Didn't I say you're healing karma? Yeah, you're healing that karmic DNA is changing. And so as you're healing yours, they're creating their own karma right now. And you're this harmonious person. You like stability. You like to flow. I love this. This is how you are, right? This is a beautiful energy of how you are. It's difficult. So I'm not gonna really go over this image, but I'm gonna show it here. If you want to take a screenshot of it, and if you feel like there's a message coming through for you, then that's, you know, to make it just a little bit more personal. I'm actually gonna read this out of the book for you, and we're gonna find out what this is. I do actually think that this is this the Emperor card? I don't know. No, the Judge. Okay. I am relentless in my pursuit of honesty and justice. Look, and then we had the Libra energy come out on the bottom. So yeah, you're definitely in this place of being fair. Like, people can't trip you up because you're coming from a fair state of mind. Like, you're not worried about where they're coming from because they can only be as good as the work that they bring forward, right? And you can't change that about them. So let's read this. Can you see that? Okay. It says, times that are ripe for long needed change are often frightening and confusing, but you must go on in spite of your fears. At times like that, there is no time for pleasantries, tact, or beating around the bush. It is crucially important that you face up to things the way they really are and not see them the way you would like them to be. Things may change for the better, but they will not change unless you ruthlessly judge yourself and your situation and act accordingly when the time is right, neither before nor after. If your intuition is telling you that someone may be lying to you, including yourself, or judging you falsely, then you must be careful to find out who, why, and how. It is very important that you be sure of your situation before you act. Do not accept criticism that says you are too judgmental. Judgment has its time and place, and your judgment is a gift meant to protect you. Yeah, so I love how this is coming through. You definitely have the gift of discernment. I do feel like overall, it's like, it's not even discernment. This is more or less, you know how to judge people, and you judge people correctly. So if people say that's your discernment, well, discernment's more, again, it's different to me, because there's people who are good judges of character, and there are people who have phenomenal discernment. Discernment is more or less on the deeper level. And it's not that you don't possess that, it's just that you have a good judge of character, and you don't question that. You've learned to trust that along the way, and that's what's helped you so much through this. And so right now there is a huge change coming for you. Because of the upsets that you've dealt with, there's going to be a lot of balancing out in your karmic justice here, and things are going to start working out in your favor. Now, if this was your story, if you feel like this resonated with you, I want you to leave let's see, what do we want to do today? Leave the Mercury sign. Leave the Virgo symbol down below. If you type Virgo on your keyboard, it'll show up on your for your emojis. Leave the Virgo symbol down below and say, I am the master of my reality, to call in this change that's coming to you, to let source know that it's yours. Also, leave me a thumbs up if you felt like this resonated. I am going to go ahead and leave it there, though, and get on out of here. And I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angels, source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this beautiful message. And until next time, Pile 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this shard of amethyst, or if you were drawn to this image or this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on how do men and women view you. I'm going to do things a little bit different today. We're actually going to get the dice and see if we can connect with your energy so that you can see if this is your reading or not, the messages that are meant for you. If the dice are not resonating with you, then please choose one of the other piles. Also keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, please check out the links down below in the description box if you're interested in supporting the channel further. You can email me for a private reading. I do have a finite amount of spaces available each week. They do fill up rather quickly. It is first come, first serve. But if you email me, I will get you out some further information as well as how many spaces are available. And make sure that you do check me out at my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is on Spotify as well as Anchor FM. It's just a cool, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I truly hope to see you there. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out some more about you, Pile 3. So Source, what can you tell us about Pile 3 so that they'll know that this is the pile that's meant for them, Source? What messages can you give us for pile number 3 so that they know that this is their pile? Source, how can you tell us about pile 3? What can you tell us about pile 3 so that they know that this is the pile for them? Okay, so we've got the moon, we've got Taurus, and we've got 7th house. Ooh, okay. So cardinal energy is prevalent. You could be a cardinal sign, which is Aries, Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn. You could have Taurus highly aspect in your chart. You could have Taurus moon or Taurus 7th house, or you could have Cancer 7th house and Cancer moon. Those are very specific messages. Please, if they do not resonate, that doesn't mean anything. Those are just some very specific messages coming through for you, okay? So you're seen as a people person, right? With the 7th house here, like, you have a lot of connections. You know people that know people that know people. Right? If you need something taken care of, you're like, oh, I know somebody. What is it? I just saw a movie not too long ago. It says, oh, my cousin takes care of that. And they were asking, they're like, how is that your cousin? He's like, oh, it's my cousin. And so it was just so funny because the guy just knew everybody around this island, and he kept saying, oh, my cousin can do that. My cousin can do this. I wish I could remember the name of the movie. It's been a little while. But anyways, that's the type of person that you are. You know everybody. Like, you are friends with everybody. You very much are able to connect with people. And I love this because you're very different energy than the other two piles, right? You're very outgoing. You're very connected. You're very in the loop. Like, even if people aren't your true friend, like, you're the true friend, and you're the embodiment of a true friend. And with the moon here, you actually think about things on a very deep, deep level. Like you like to have very conscious connections, right? Like you have to like have conscious conversations with people. You may not know that you actually force people into having these conversations with you. It is nothing vicious. It is nothing rude. It's just because you continue to talk about it, people cannot help but join in the conversation with you. And so they'll continue to have these conversations with you even though they don't want to. There's something about you because you're so persistent in it that they are like, oh my gosh, they can't help but connect with pile 3 in that way. And with this moon coming out next to Taurus, you're somebody that nurtures your stability and you're nurturing your loyalty as well. And that's a very powerful position to come from, right? You like to take care of business. You like to focus on romantic endeavors. You may have had a divorce in your life with 7th house, but that's not necessarily true for everyone, right? It's interesting because I believe Taurus came out for quite a few, like almost every pile, but that Taurian energy, just being persistent, self-reliant, safety, slow going, like things taking your time, patience, reliability. You have a lot of tenacity and drive. You can be stubborn, which is why people will have those conversations with you that they just don't want to have because you're just stubborn about it. You just want to talk to people about anything and everything. And so there's just no getting around it. And it's just part of who you are. It's nothing terrible. It's just a part of who you are. And it's actually a really beautiful thing. You like beauty. You like luxury. You may be very fashionable. You may have a lot of really nice things. You may appreciate good art, and so you hang up art at home. You may keep things very clean and concise, but you also, I'm getting this sense of OCD that's coming through as well. You're very receptive to others as well, and I feel like that's why people connect with you so easily, is because you're just so open and you give this like motherly energy. You do value your own privacy as well. You've healed the inner mother in taking care of yourself, and that's another reason why people connect with you. But you understand your own personal needs, your own emotional needs, and your habits reflect that, right? You are not a stranger to taking care of yourself when the time comes or when you need to say no to others so that you can give yourself space. You will do so. Okay, so that's a little bit about you, and we'll get some tarot on it and find out how men and women view you. Okay, so I'm going to do this for my own sanity and peace of mind. Men on this side and women on this side. Energy is fluid, so if you feel like this is more like the women in your life and this is resonating with that, and this is more like the men, then take it as such. But if I try to do it back and forth, it gets too confusing for myself, so this is for my own ease. I'm going to draw 2 cards for the men, 2 cards for the women, and 1 in the center for connecting energy of how they overall view you together. Okay? One thing to keep in mind with these readings is that it is somebody's idea, opinion, or view of you does not make it true. So if it triggers you, then it could be that it's not for you, but it could also mean that there's some healing that needs to be done there as well if you're ready to do that. Also to not take it personal because, again, you're looking at it through somebody else's lens, and we should not base our lives on how another person sees us or thinks about us. Okay? That's something that keep in mind with any of these. How does somebody view you? How does somebody think about you? So on and so forth. So source, how do men view pile number 3? How do men view pile number 3? If you feel like already this is your reading, leave a little Taurian zodiac symbol down below and say, I resonate with pile number 3. But we'll get some more and see what else we can do on this. Okay, how do men view pile number 3? Thank you, source. Excuse me. Okay, how do men view pile number 3, source? 1 card, please. Whoa, okay, or I'll take 2, but that's all I'm taking. Alright, so let me give it a shuffle again. How do women see pile number 3, source? How do women see pile number 3? I feel like most people see themselves in you, and so you do inspire them a lot. And so even if they're irritated or mad at you, like there's still some sense of inner inspiration that's coming from that. Thank you, Source. How do women see pile 3? You make them want to be a better version of themselves. How do women see pile number 3, Source? One card, please. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I love that the world came out here. Okay, how do women see pile number 3, Source? One more card. One more card, please. How do women see pile number 3? Okay, interesting. More Taurus energy. Taurus energy here. So how does the collective overall together see pile number 3, Source? What's the collective energy here? The combining energy. One card, please. What's the combining energy for men and women? How they view pile 3, Source? Thank you. Okay, so let's come out in the upright. Lovely. Yeah, they see you as somebody who's stable, secure, somebody who's emotionally strong. Yeah, someone who's stable with the 4 of coins on the bottom. You have financial stability. If not, this is just material stability, right? Like you're physically stable in this realm. And you're capable of doing what you need to in order to move forward with your life and take steps. And you've built up a good foundation for yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. And they see that. They see that with you. Yeah. It's interesting. They see you as someone who's very independent, but someone who's not willing to get emotionally involved with others. Even though I don't feel like that's necessarily true, I feel like it's because you don't get emotionally involved with them the way that they want you to, or the way that they're used to seeing people. You know, like codependent. If somebody is still healing codependent tendencies, they're going to expect you to fall in love with them in a codependent way. And if you've healed that aspect about yourself and you're coming from a place of unconditional love, it's like unconditional love does not look the way that most people think love looks. And you see that and you live in that and you're very emotionally mature about that. And so you're not someone who throws a fit just because things don't go your way. But women do see you as someone who's non-committal. Like if you live a single life, it's almost like you have women who have families and they see you and they wish they had your ability to be single in the world. Like, I wish I didn't have kids that I had to take care of too. Like, I wish I had the time that pile 3 has. Like, I wish that I was capable of creating the world that I wanted to create, the life that I wanted to create. They see you changing things and walking through opportunities, like walking into opportunities, walking through open doors. And they feel like they're stuck and they see that mirrored back into them. But they see also that if they just had a little bit of the tenacity that you had, that they would be able to do some things quite like you. But they're not capable of doing that right now because there's other things that are reaching for their attention. And they see you as being someone, like, it's interesting because you have these 2 cards here, right? And they see you as someone who is all-knowing and who has so much going for them. And then this is like their version of themselves coming towards you. It's like they see themselves as someone who is so connected with society. Like, how do I let go of what society deems me as? And like you have these hands reaching for them. There's something or someone that's holding them back, when in reality it's not. But they're finding inspiration from you to gain strength to move forward. It's like they see how little you have and how much you've done with so little. And it's like maybe they have more than you have and they're not able to do anything with it and they're wondering why. And it's like asking these questions about themselves, like asking, why is it that pile 3 is so capable of doing this? Why is it that pile 3 is able to overcome these situations? Right? And so you reflect a lot of karma back to them. But at the same time, you do it in such a way, it's almost like if you stumble on the path, you share that with them. It's like, you know, this was really hard for me, but this is also how I healed this part of myself, or this is how I overcame this difficulty. And because of that, they're like, oh, okay, like if pile 3 is doing it, then I think I have a chance to do it too, because I think pile 3 is just a normal human like me, even though they want to see you as something other than that. It's like you are so down to earth and so connected with them in such a unique way. It's immediately emotional. Like, as soon as somebody comes connecting with you, especially women, as soon as they connect with you, it's emotional. It's like you have found the key to open their hearts because you're so open-hearted, and they see that about you. And so it's like they want to heal their karma. They want to do the things that you're doing, but they're just taking small steps and not seeing the progress like what you have. And it's like you always have a way of making them realize that it's okay wherever they're at. You have to go where you're from. You have to start somewhere, right? Nobody becomes perfect all at once. Nobody gets everything all at once. It's step by step, inch by inch. What's that old saying? Inch by inch, it becomes a cinch. Yeah, it's like that's the type of energy that you show up with. You're always encouraging them to be better about themselves, and they see that about you. But they also feel like they can't connect with you more than what they already have because you've given them so much and so little. So maybe it's not that you necessarily have those deep conversations with people as much as you make them think about deep things. Like, you may ask questions that provoke very conscious thinking rather than subconscious action. And so it feels like women really admire you in a way here, and they're not upset at the fact that you've come into their lives at all, pile 3. They see you as someone they can look up to. They see you as someone that they can strive to be like, but someone that's also going to help hold their hand in a way that's going to let them experience the journey themselves. It's like you give them encouraging words that allows them to stumble and fall, and you still pick them up. You still reach back to help them up. So I'm saying, like, you're connected. So you have a network of people who are very connected with you here, and they really appreciate that, and they really, really do feel like that's something that's a blessing in their life. And for you, this is a completion. This is a completion for your journey. This is you turning the page to the next part of your journey. And it's like, it's going to become something that it becomes very fluid for you, where you may think that this is already fluid, but it's going to be even more so. It's like going to be so instantaneous all the time. And it's going to be so fast that people are going to be changing without realizing it, all because you're influencing them in a very emotional way. Let's see how men view you. Yeah. Yeah. I already love this. Yeah. So if you're a divine feminine, men view you as the justice of, like, if they're divine masculines, okay, so I'm going to go from this at an energy standpoint, okay, so these are divine masculines coming towards you, seeing you as if you're a divine feminine, and they see you as justice to all the heartbreak that they've experienced with divine feminines, okay, so these are men and women, men and men, it doesn't matter, okay, it doesn't matter, transgender and men, it does not matter, none of that matters. This is just divine masculine energy sees you as the solution to their heartbreaks, to them seeing divine feminines from a very shady way, right? Like, maybe they've been hurt. And I feel like we always focus on how men hurt women, and we don't focus on the fact that men get hurt by women as much as women get hurt by men. And it's because we have this idea that toxic masculinity is running rampant. And in truth, toxic femininity is equally running as rampant. And, you know, there are as much toxic women out there as there are men. It's a balance, right? And so men feel like you're a sense of justice in their life. Like, if this person, pile 3, is this way, then they can help me heal the hardships that I've been through. It's like there's some sense about you, pile 3, like you're completely different than all the other piles. I can say that because you're like a walking, talking, healing person. Okay, like you touch people, and it's like even if you just laugh with them, you've touched the depths of their soul, whether you know it or not. There's something about your soul that reaches out. It's like, I keep hearing that song, reach out and touch faith. Okay, like, no, but it's like your soul reaches out and touches the core of another person, whether it's over a platform or whether it's in person or whether it's wherever it's at. it's very much like you touch people in this way of helping them immediately heal. That's why I was saying, like, those deep conversations that you have, it's like you provoke their subconscious to come into consciousness, and then they have to face it. And so men see you as some form of bringing fairness back into their life. Like, they want to love, they want to care about women again, they want to care about the divine feminine again, but it's feeling hopeless. And realizing that because you're here, you're showing them that that's all an illusion. You could be a Pisces. Okay, you could be a Pisces or a Taurus. Those are the energies coming through. I also have that you could be Piscean moon or Taurus North Node or Taurus 7th house. I have no idea why those are coming in, but that is very, very, very clear here. Okay, but you could be anything, really. Those are very specific messages for someone, because I feel like this person who needs those very specific messages are losing hope in the fact that maybe they're not doing what they were meant to do. And there's this energy coming through here. It's like where men see you as being the voice of reason in an otherwise unreasonable place. Like, you see this emotions card is the one that's turned in the reverse. Right? You see the commitment card is the one that's turned in the reverse. Your reason for them to find their footing in the world when they've had their knees, their legs chopped off at the knees. For both men and women. And you're wise. Like, they see you as someone who's very wise, but wise when it comes to heart matters, wise when it comes to love. It's like you've been through so much. And it's not that you're aged, right? It's not that you're old. It's just that you have a very old soul. You have a very wise soul. And it's like your heartbreak in this life has created a lot of understanding for a lot of situations. And you bring that understanding to people in a way that they're actually able to absorb it and say, okay, like, if pile 3 went through this and they healed from that, it gives them hope that they have the ability to overcome and heal from it as well. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road seems, what is it? When the road's miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Something like that. I don't know all the words, but yeah, that's the song that's coming through here. It's like you are a friend, and it's like whether they know you personally or through some avenue, you're this person that both men and women look up to. They just see you as someone that is a vital part of their journey, that is helping them so much. And it's interesting here, right? You have 8 with the 5 house. Wow, okay, I can talk today. We have the Pope, which is 5. We have the World, which is 21 or 3. You have 8, which is karmic, right? Seeing their karma, seeing that it's okay that they went through it, seeing that they can find some sense of stability. And over here you have 8 and 9, right? Which is 8 again. Because anytime there's a 9 involved, you just take away the 9 and whatever's left is the number it will be. That's what it always equals. It's the weirdest thing. 9 is such a weird number. We have 8 again. So you may see 888 a lot. You may see 88 a lot. Or you just have a knack for doing the hard things, right? Like, you are capable of healing from karmic situations, which would make sense. So it's just reminding you that your shadow work is paying off, and you're actually inspiring a lot of people. You're very well balanced. We see that here with the World. Very well balanced. You have all elements around you, right? The King of Cups. Nobody's more emotionally balanced than the King of Cups. And then you have Justice, which is all about balance, harmony, connected with Libra energy, fairness. So look, they wanted me to shuffle, and I can't. I split the deck and it came out to Justice. And I feel like that's why I already shuffled these. I don't usually shuffle these on, but I feel like it wants to come out. It wants to make an appearance. Yeah. Look, and then I love this Justice card because, right, she's got her whole life is built on the Hearts cards, which is connected to the Cups. Isn't that intriguing? that would want to come out here. It's like seeing that it's justice through love. Again, this card depicts exactly what these two cards are depicting. That's so synchronistic, right? And it's like, that's how men, they see you as the justice to their heartbreak. They see you, it's not even that you're the one that they're going to fall in love with or anything like that. No, it's like you're helping them bring clarity to why they had to deal with hardships. You're helping women find clarity and completion with why they had to deal with hardships, right? It's so much more than that. Let's get a clarifying card for how how women view pile number 3, source. May I please have a clarifying card? Thank you. Whoa, okay. You're getting two. No. No. Is this what I think it is? Look at that. Look, I cannot with you, pile 3. The world came out again. Look, justice came out because they wanted me to shuffle the deck, and justice came out again. And then here we have the world with the Empress. You're this nurture, like, look, they feel like they're ugly. They feel like they don't deserve to be in your presence. But look at you. You're taking so much care with them. Things that people would swat away at. Spiders, beetles, flies. This looks like some kind of larva up here. Dragonfly. I know people like dragonflies, but it's like this idea that they feel like they don't belong, even able to connect with you. And you show them that that's not the case at all. You show them that they're worthy of love. Like their ugliest parts, and you look at them and you show them you're worthy of love. You're worthy of being seen exactly as you are. Don't try to change who you are. If you're a spider, don't change who you are. If you're a beetle, don't change who you are. If you're a fly, dragonfly, or whatever this is up here, don't change who you are. Show that part of yourself. Show that, because that's what's beautiful about you. That's what's meant to be seen. I love this. Look, and then we had the world come out with the world again. So synchronistic, your pile. I love it. It's like others, like they see themselves trapped. And it's where you see opportunity. You see opportunity where they see themselves as trapped. So I'm saying, like, shadow work, you must work in the shadows, right? You're a light worker that works in the shadows, if that makes sense. That's what it feels like. But a healer, like you're a healer, you help heal the depths of their soul, and you help them see that they are the ones that trap themselves. Not the things that they've been through, not the situations that they've experienced, not any of that. It's this mindset that they've trapped themselves, that they have an ability to complete and to leave as soon as they want. I love this. I love your reading already. Can you please have one more clarifying card for this reading, source? Whoa, just one. This is way too many here. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to take them. That is far too many. Yeah, no. All right. Please clarify this King of Cups here for me, source. Okay, thank you. Oh, I can't with you. I cannot with you, pile 3. It is the Queen of Cups. Your balance between masculine and feminine energy. But when it comes to emotions, you have healed the deepest recesses of your emotional well-being, and it's now shining through, and you are what show others that they can heal it too. You show them that they can heal it too. If they just give an opportunity to show that aspect of themselves, that part of themselves, some deep compassion. You're this balanced being. You're what brings hope into men and women's lives when they connect with you. I do feel like maybe you have a platform. I do feel like maybe you connect with people over the internet, or over, maybe you have a company that's able to connect with people. But it does feel like there's some sense of networking here with the 7th house. It's just being able to have personal relationships that are on this other level. And maybe it's just one or two people. Maybe it's one man and one woman. This could be your best friend, and this could be your husband, or this could be your best friend, and this could be your wife. You see what I'm saying? Or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, your significant other, your spouse, whatever it is that you have the label as, it doesn't matter, but it's like that's what it could be, but this is how they view you. It's very profound. Someone who's capable of making tough decisions. Tough decisions, but not in life. Tough decisions when it comes to self. The things that everybody runs away from and you're like, shoot, bring it on. Bring it on. Let me look it in. Danger. I laugh in the face of danger. Ha 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 ha. Like that's you. You're like, bring it on. Bring it on. Let's heal it. Let's see where it takes us. Let's see what it brings us. Right? Completely profound. If this is your pile, let's see. Leave a world. Right? I think there's 3 worlds to choose from on the emoji sense. But leave the world down below and say, I heal others profoundly. Let Source know that you claim this energy. If you feel like this is you, if you feel like this is how men and women view you. This is, I'm so glad that you're the last pile that I'm doing today, because this is so beautiful. Compared to some of the other piles were super rough. Super rough. Look, transform with Pluto. Yeah, you transform their lives. This is like birth and like death and rebirth. You make them see a part of themselves that they don't want to be anymore, and you give them the courage to look that part of themselves in the face and say, no more. You don't have a place here. You don't belong with me. Please have some oracle cards for pile 3, Source. Okay, you want that one. Can you please have one more? Okay, thank you. I cannot. I can't with you. Ah! I'm so excited because we have Sea Otter transformation. Look at this. 2 different decks. Transformation. I can't with you. Look at that. How do I want to put this? I'm going to put this here. Can you see that? Kind of. Not kind of. Let me get them all set out, and then we'll bring those out, because that's whew. How many synchronicities can you give us? This is why Source is giving you synchronicities like this. I feel like you already see a ton of synchronicities every day, but sometimes you doubt yourself. Yeah, it's time to breathe. Breathe through it. It's okay if you doubt yourself. What's not okay is just staying in that doubt and letting that doubt become a controlling aspect for you. Okay, thank you. That one wants to be over here. Please have another one, Source. Okay, this one. Thank you. All right, what do we got on the bottom of this one? Because I'm curious. Yeah, we have Swan Spirit. This came out in another pile. We have time for a deep dive. This is what you make them do. You make them see the beauty in their ugliness. Right? And that's all circumspection. Yeah, circumspection, right? Because what's ugly to people usually isn't actual ugliness, right? It's just because we've been told that this is not something that's beautiful. And you help people see the dark parts of themselves, the things they've deemed as less than perfect. You help them see the beauty in that. You help them see the grace in that. You help them see that they can become everything that they've wanted by diving deep within their soul. Okay, let's get, because I forgot to draw these on pile 2. Don't tell pile 2. I won't if you don't. I totally forgot until after the reading. Just gonna say some angel messages here for pile 3, Source. One more, thank you. Astara, which is all about rebirth. Now on the bottom we have Archangel Uriel, just your emotions are healing. I have to laugh because this is so synchronistic. Which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Archangel Uriel is here to show you exactly what you do to others, men and women alike. This is it. You're so healing. It's like people, they may have jealousy towards you or whatever like that, but the jealousy is misplaced, and they find that it's misplaced very quickly because they heal being in your presence or being around you. I will read this one in just a second. Let's see what we've got here. We've got Raven news, right, with 23. Again, this idea that you're speaking to them, you're helping them see something in a new way. You're preaching to them. You're helping to convey a very deep message to them that's making them change, that's helping them connect with their emotions. Like, and then we have the turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace with 61. 7 is all about luck. If you change what it is that you're doing, and they're seeing things now from a place of gratitude and grace. Being here over the world, cards. Yes, plural, cards. That makes so much sense. You've helped women see with gratitude and grace. And it's helping them to embrace their divine feminine. With the King and Queen of Cups coming out here, I want you to understand, pile 3, you're helping women embrace and embody the divine feminine. You're helping men to embody and embrace the divine masculine. It does not matter what you identify with. You're in a balance with all your inner energies, and that's why you're capable of bringing this change. So we have a star coming out. It says, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. This is exactly where you're going. You're reaching for your dreams. You're reaching for what you want out of life, and it's happening. Okay, let's see. Let's read these. Put that over here. We have happiness, number 42. Yeah, so there could be men that are around you that have lost a family because of some situation that wasn't fair. They could have lost a loved one because of some situation that just was really it was really horrible, right? And you're helping them regain a sense of what their happiness is and what they want out of life. They're willing to ask, and they see hope when it comes to you, and they see happiness when it comes. She's like, just being around you gives them a sense of knowing what it is to smile again, what it is to have a good time again. Look, we have 18 here, which is 9. Over the 9 of Cups, right? You have this bringing something to a close. We have dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. You're helping them to embody a softer side of themselves, realizing they don't have to be so closed off, realizing they don't have to be so distant, right? What a beautiful energy that you have, pile 3. I'm truly honored to connect with you. So honored. And then your angel card for this, we have Isaiah. Look, and she's pregnant here. Pregnancy. So there's something here about pregnancy when it comes to the masculine side. So it's like either they want to have a family with you, or you're helping them to have hope in having a family once again. It says it is a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. Look at this. Look at this. Look how she has her head wrapped up. And she has her head wrapped up. These are 2 different decks. I just got this deck. Do you see this? Can you see her? Look at her head wrap. Look at her head wrap. Do you see that? Synchronicity right there. I absolutely am. I'm astonished right now at this. You bring them hope. They want to protect you, though. I feel like men definitely want to protect you. They want you to be protected because you've gifted them something so unique. Something that no one else has ever and ever will again. So I want to put these out. So I feel like I'll put these here in the center because I do feel like that's something that's just really profound. For the same energy to come out. It's happened so many times on your reading, pile 3. Look at this. Lightning, power, duality. For this to be here in the center, so important. The masculine and the feminine, that's a dualistic thing, right? With lightning, without lightning, there cannot be thunder. That's dualism, right? Good and bad. Without the good, there cannot be the bad. Without the bad, there cannot be the good. You have taught them how to empower themselves, by reaching out and understanding that what has happened to them means that if it was beyond speaking into existence, that something is equally measured on the opposite side of the scale will happen to them, which in this case would be good. And that's what you're helping them change. That's what you're helping them to see, right? The emotional turmoil that they've gone through, you're helping to settle that down. There's no need to be so upset anymore. There's no need to let that rule your life. What you need to do is find your justice, to find yourself, to see yourself as a whole being in spite of what's happened. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Let's say it for real. Here's Taurus energy, y'all. Trust, patience, and sensuality. These people trust you. Men and women alike, they trust you. They trust you with their emotional scars. They trust you with their upsets. They trust you to help them find the answers. Not by doing it for them, but by giving them a path for them to discover it on their own. Absolutely incredible energy here. Just incredible. Like, I cannot make this up. We've had Taurus coming out. Taurus on the world card. Like, so you could have Taurus highly aspect in your chart. I don't even remember what I told you to leave down below. But if you feel like this is your pile, let's do a green heart, because I already said blue. So let's do a green heart. And say, I transform lives because I transformed my own. Okay? Let's get some of these out on it. Source, can we please have some yin-yang cards for this reading? Thank you. Whoa. Okay, so bottom of the deck. This is what you're helping them understand. Their patterns, their toxic patterns, the things that they're bound by, the things that they've been bound by, the things that have left them wanting and hurting, rejected, fragmented, and lost. You're helping to open them up to this. Realizing that they're not incomplete. This came out in every pile. Helping them face their fears. And let me tell you, pile 3, because if this is just a very specific pile, because it is so different than the other two. Like, when I say different, it's different, okay? Much different. And so you're a very unique, beautiful individual. And not everybody has your shine. Not everybody has your light, okay? So I just want you to understand, it's like if you resonated with this pile, I doubt you would resonate with the other two piles. So this is a very, even if these came out in the other piles and you're like, oh, maybe I should go. If you feel called to check out one of the other ones, sure, go and do that. But I'm just telling you, for you, pile 3, this is a very, you have a very specific mission here on Earth, and it's very unique, okay? What did I say? You're helping them complete cycles, to change the cycles, to let them go, right? To realize that they don't have to hold on to them anymore. I cannot. Karma, balance, justice. We had justice over here. You're helping them balance out their justice, balance out their karma, right? To see that they don't have to live in those karmic cycles any longer. I cannot. Did I not say that you're a shadow? Like, you work in the shadows. We have shadow side, moon, the dark night. It's almost like you live in the darkness, pile 3. It's almost like you, but that's where you shine the brightest. You're not afraid of the darkness. You're not afraid of the side that others would deem inadequate. Like, that's where you're like, oh, that's my bread and jam, y'all. That's my bread and jam. Renewal spark. Yeah, you help them see a new side of things. You help them see life is good. Life doesn't have to be lived in the shadows. You can be the spark. Yeah. Helps them overcome. I feel like this is the masculine energies coming through. They've dealt with controlling femmes. They've dealt with toxic femmes. They've dealt with femme fatales. Like, things that have just left them wanting and brokenhearted and saying, like, I'll never love again. And you help them see that this is all about them balancing out that act and realizing they don't have to live in that any longer. Wish fulfillment. You are wish fulfillment for so many people. Not in the sense of like, oh my gosh, they want to spend their lives with you, but they want to spend their lives knowing you, because you have helped them in so many ways. So many ways. And you help them remember who they are. you're like the light child of the century, okay? And you're not alone. There's a group. This feels like a group, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if this resonated with you, just know, like, it's been hard for you to fit in because you're so unique. And there's a reason you're so unique, is because you affect people in such a profound way. Such a profound way. And look at this. Look at this. You bring a bit of source to others. Look, and again with this lady in her head wrap, like, so she has a hat on, but look, she has a head wrap on. Do you see that? You connect with source and you help others to connect with source, okay? There's something about bringing that through, but see, you help balance chakras within others. You help them see the hardships. You have Saturn here, right? And Saturn's a planet of tough love. And it's like you help them see that even though they've been through the tough things, that it's all about finding love for themselves. You help them find the completed versions of themselves. Now I'm going to read this. I wasn't going to go over the picture, but it's just so synchronistic to everything that's going on. I can't help but bring it up. But I'm going to go ahead and read this out of the book for you. What do we have here? The Reputable with number 37. I'm sorry, 34, which is 7. It says, I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. Exactly. Exactly. This is how they feel about you. They feel like you're a guardian angel to them. Now, I'm going to hold this up for you real quick here. If you'd like to take a screenshot of that, and if you feel like there are other messages in there for you, then that kind of makes it even more personal for you. Because those are intuition cards, right? They're meant for you to use your intuition and what you feel called. So I can absolutely do that. I have no problem. I'll do that more in the readings. But today I felt like this was something for you as a watcher to do, is to be given this opportunity to use your own intuition. It says it is very important for you to establish a reputation for being someone others can rely on. Should I even go on? Like, that is exactly who you are. You must do everything you can to make sure that what is said about you by those who matter to you is favorable to your reputation. The best way to ensure your reputation is to make sure your actions are keeping with your highest ideals. You cannot do more than that. Act as if you are being watched by your guardian angels. You must avoid doing anything you would not want them to see. Reputation can also refer to status, social graces, manner of dress, and financial resources. You must examine how much power, status, wealth, and reputation figures into your question. If you are having trouble with a person because of either your reputations, use your intuition to help make very clear to you what is true and what is false. You can count on the fact that what you have done, good and bad, is going to come back to you in regard to the question you have asked. So and I feel like, again, it's all good. I feel like you're just kind of wondering, like, is what I'm doing, like, worth anything? And you're here today because you're wondering if you're impacting others. And you are. You're helping them see the darkness. Look, we had masculine come out underneath this. Look, disharmony, triggers, and conflict, guilt, and self-sabotage. Like, there's all these energies that are coming in where it's like you're helping others see the hardships that they've experienced themselves and understanding that they don't have to live in that anymore. They can become present. They can become one with themselves and know what's good for them. And so you're going to see this return to you, whether that's in financial resources or just in, again, it could be in accolades of some sort. This was a very profound reading, though. If this resonates with you, Pile 3, please leave me a thumbs up down below. Let me just say I'm truly honored and so blessed to have had an opportunity to connect with you through this reading. It's just, we need you because someone like you is so valuable to the world and in the state that it is now. So please, I ask you to continue to shine your light out in the world because it is so valuable. So, so valuable. And you are so, so, so valuable. Remember that. Remember your worth always, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I'm going to get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this absolutely gorgeous message. And until next time, Pile 3, stay human. Bye.